So this is a Galison puzzle. So I'm not usually a huge fan of Galison puzzles because they have a pretty standardized piece cut. So they usually have two innie, two outie pieces. And so while the images are often super cute, they're a little bit harder for me because I do rely on the difference in pieces to really, speed up in the puzzle. So for this one, what I've done is I'm working with a smaller space on this desk. So we're having a little bit of trouble, as you can probably see, just getting the pieces spread out. The other thing to note about Galison, a couple of things. One is they're a little bit glossier on the top, and so you can see where I've got some overhead lighting. It's making it really hard to actually see the colors and the patterns on the pieces. The other challenge is that the back of the pieces are white. And so where you have a puzzle with bright stuff in it, it's hard to see what is bright stuff and what just hasn't been flipped yet. And so when you look at that sort of, big pile of pieces that I've got on the right-hand side, a lot of that actually just hasn't been flipped, and I'm just not seeing it well because there's this bright section at the top of the actual puzzle. I did the border to try to give myself a sense of how big the puzzle was. I was having trouble with that. This isn't a brand I normally do. And then moved on to doing the more distinctive colors. So that's these houses in the middle of the puzzle. This was also great because it really cut the rest of the puzzle into pretty distinct sections to do. So sort of upper left, upper right, and then this bottom. So did the bottom next. That had this sort of distinctive yellowy color for a lot of it. So went for that. And then after I'd gotten the bottom sort of as done as I thought was going to be practical, I moved on to doing some of the water that's towards the top. And you can see that I'm not very successfully, but I'm trying to build the dividing line between the sky and the water. And the reason for that is, again, it'll frame out the puzzle more and make it easier for me to see what I'm building. So here we go. Finishing that up. It's a super cute image.